Hi, folks. Welcome back to Just Ask George Radio, the video radio podcast event featuring George Lovato Jr. He's the president, principal, and founder of BH Capital Limited. And on this show, by the way, I'm David Wolf, an affiliate with BH Capital. We cover the full spectrum of all things structured finance. In this segment, we're going to talk about the road ahead. Of course, we're talking about economics, a lot to report now. George, the central bank, as reported in many, many places, and we know this now, is purchasing about $400 billion worth of long-term paper, while they're selling an equal amount of short-term. So I'm a student of macroeconomics. I want to understand, why are they deciding to do this, and what does it mean to us?
There's been a lot of discussion with the talking heads about Bernanke, and I'm on record in writing on several occasions saying that he's always the smartest guy in the room.
Yes.
This is one of those instances where everybody's trying to listen into the play being called inside the huddle, and they're misinterpreting the whispers that they're hearing. This is also one of those times when you just need to leave him alone, because he truly is the guy, the wizard behind the curtain. Let him pull on the chain and close the lever and open this lever and flip that switch and do all those things that he's doing in an economic posture like this, because this is only one of several moves that he's going to make, I'm sure. Now, I haven't talked to him recently, so this is a lot of speculation. But what I'm telling our listeners is, first of all, let him do what he's going to do. Try not to over-speculate, over-process, try to jump ahead of the market, if you will, because this is one of several moves he's going to make. Okay, now that said, what's the cause and effect? Part of this is mechanical and part of this is psychological. What his drive is, through a series of other mechanisms hence to come, are to drive external interest rates down. He wants to stimulate the economy by making money cheaper.
Sure.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Now, let's go back to the Great Depression. One of the things that influenced the occurrence of the Great Depression was no credit. You couldn't borrow money, and you didn't have money to lend.
Right.
And so many armchair economists like myself and yourself,
go on,
and many scholars believe that we really are positioned at this point in time in a depression. And of course, recently in the news, and yesterday's stock market fall of 300 and some plus points, was the result of, guess what? There's another recession either here or we're looking at it.
Right.
And we're probably in it. So, because it's usually that revelation is sort of a rear view mirror.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So let's assume we're there. He's got to make a series of moves. So this particular part of the mechanic is to drive down external interest rates, make money cheaper to borrow, both for home ownership and then, of course, how banks lend. So essentially, he's taking product off the street.
Okay. Tighten the market.
He's tightening the market up, so to speak. So that's the real broad brushstroke of what he's doing.
Okay.
Now, we could get into the details of the balancing and so on and so forth. That's just much too laborious and boring.
Okay.
But I will say this, that he has made a lot of brilliant moves prior to this. One of them was he extended the time of the Fed window, how long you can borrow money. He went from, I think it was, he went from 30 to 90 days. And I think there was another move when he went from 72 hours or 24 hours to 30 days. I mean, there's subtle mechanics there that the average individual out there wouldn't necessarily hear and have it ring some kind of revelation.
It's
to
not
them
a headline,
out loud.
so to speak. Yeah.
So there's a host of things that he's already done, and you have to remember the Fed takes very big steps one at a time. So this is the giant in the room, and so when he takes a small step, it's a big step for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so now let's examine this a little bit further. When the Fed is buying its own product, so to speak, there's a psychological aspect which instills confidence. Okay. Now, the one side of the ledger says this guy's printing his own money so he can go out and buy $6 trillion of Treasury if he wanted to. But that's really not
where
the
the
case.
Focus should be. You're saying, right?
No, the focus here is that the smartest guy in the room is clearly taking a leadership role. There will be an effect on the cost of money.
Okay.
And my prediction is that you'll begin to see that slipping cost over the next 90 to 180 days, which is a very critical time right now, according to new business lending data that's coming. I mean, there isn't any.
Right.
Banks aren't lending as a general rule. There's not a lot of new loan production out in the marketplace. Right. There's not a lot of incentive for them. So as a result, guess what? No action, no growth in the economy.
Right.
So this is one of several moves to come, and I'm glad to see it.
And you don't feel that many report in the media, they're running out of tools in the toolkit to move things along. That's just propaganda. Then.
No. I've said it, and I'll say it again. He's the smartest guy in the room. He's got a game plan he's staring at right now. Okay. And if this happens, he'll do this. If this happens, he'll do that. When this happens, he'll do da.
Okay.
But remember, the giant takes one big step at a time. When we, comparatively, the most a bank could do is make a small step. The most the Fed can do is take one huge step. So this is major.
Beautiful. George Lovato Jr., the road ahead. And you're watching Just Ask George, www.bhcapitalltd.com. Remember to check out, tell us a little bit about the Opportunity Engine and where we can find that. This segment, of course, brought to you by the Opportunity Engine.
A business-to-business solution for email marketing. Principal developer Steve Garth of stevegarthinc.com.
Also director of this program.
Director, producer, videographer, and critic. Did you notice how he criticizes on our last segment? I think that's subject to a fine right there.
And I'm open to a few corrective actions along the way. No problem. He's like our own little Fed right in the room here.
Exactly. Our own Mr. Bernanke. So anyway.
All right, so fabulous tool for small business.
OpportunityEngineInc.com.
OpportunityEngineInc.com, just like it sounds, INC on the end of that. You're watching Just Ask George Radio. We'll see you next time, folks, and thanks for joining us. As always, George, thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Bye-bye.